Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This is a program we're going to dive into what I'm calling TikTok tactics. And pretty much right now, TikTok is a super, super hot platform. I mean, it's the new kind of social platform. It's been around for a while, but it's pretty much untouched when you talk about in comparison to other platforms. Not only that, but we're getting tons of traffic worldwide that are kind of flooding into this new short form videos. You can see all these other platforms are pretty much just copying what TikTok has done, had success with. We have YouTube Shorts is a new thing they've really been pushing. Instagram Reels rolled out not too long ago. Facebook Reels. All of this is this short span, short time frame videos that's really catching the attention of that younger generation, the new social media main audience that we're going to be hitting. So with this, we want to really learn and understand how to dominate on TikTok. Like any social platform out there, the early years are so easy compared to as things develop, as the algorithm improves, as the restrictions improve, as ad blindness comes around the audience. I mean, when I first started with Facebook advertising, it was literally when it just launched. So the first year Facebook ads ever came out, this was right around when drop shipping really from AliExpress and stuff really came to fruition and came to the scene. It was just so easy to get people to click on your product, to buy these unique things they've never seen before because of that newness. People haven't seen it before, so they act and react to it very positively. TikTok is in that early stage. Now, like I said, it's been around for a few years, and marketers have really started to flood in and take advantage of it, but we're still in that really new period where it was mostly all young people on there. But now that it's gotten super hot and super popular, all those other age groups are rolling in as well. And those other age groups are really the buyer audience. So right now is just an incredible time to really try and understand the platform, use it with whatever business you have. It's incredible for increasing your reach, even if you're not paying for ads. The organic side, if you're consistently posting organically, you can have $1 million business. I know many e-com stores that are doing 7 figures in the year and not even run an ad. That's all organic. Now, obviously, those are special products, special type of marketing, but it is possible out there. So if you have a business already, you have a product, you have a lead gen funnel, then these things are, you want to really understand and learn this as much as you can. Now, also, like I said, all those other platforms that are taking advantage of the short form video, you can use everything you do on TikTok and transfer it over. So you can have TikTok, you can have YouTube Shorts, you can have the Facebook and Instagram Reels, and just like maximize your efforts with the same amount of work. It takes nothing to post on 2 or 3 more platforms the same type of content. So TikTok is just super hot right now. It's a great time to jump in. I really think we probably got another year of this kind of ease, of this easy type of marketing. Then it's going to take more kind of the typical business style where you're going to have to start building your brand. You're going to have to start really having those pieces in place that show your quality product, your real brand, and all that type of stuff. Right now, I've seen just the wildest products, the dumbest products, selling for, 5 figures a day. I don't know if you saw a king-pinning post I did the other day. I didn't add the picture here, but all these little duck products are really going off right now. And one of these swinging duck you put under your car rear view mirror. I know a guy who he did $45,000 in a single day selling that in his first week. So that's the kind of crazy stuff that you can really take advantage of. So if you put in the brand elements, you put in the quality product now, then you're going to be able to dominate this platform for quite a bit moving forward. Now, what is working on TikTok? When we're advertising to different platforms or you're marketing on different social platforms, whatever, you want to try and have the ideal product. So if you're starting fresh or you're starting from scratch or you have a product that doesn't fit the criteria of what works best on TikTok, it doesn't mean it won't work. It just means that these things are what I've seen really having success. So try and put in elements that fit this criteria to generate those quality leads, and then you can sell the products that you've got. So low-cost offers are doing very well on TikTok, especially the organic side, where if you have a product, an e-com physical product, anywhere from $20 to $80, that's kind of the sweet spot I've noticed on selling products. Again, it can be random products. It doesn't have to be the problem fixers. It can be those crazy collectible kind of novelty products that people just haven't seen before. And also with the younger audience, they don't have as much money to spend. So that lower ticket product does very, very well. If you're going all organic traffic on TikTok, I definitely suggest that $20 to $80 range, just because you're going to have the easiest time kind of making your money, getting your sales and everything that way. Digital products, they're fire right now. A low $20, $10 digital product is an incredible lead gen offer right now. It is bringing in so many qualified leads over kind of doing a free, even like a newsletter. You do a free email newsletter. I have some way more success right now promoting a $7 product, and then I upsell my high-end ticket or my mid-ticket product after that, and it's performing vastly better than a free newsletter. And you just have, again, that qualified lead rather than going for that freebie seeker. You have that person that's already built the trust with the $7. Under $10 is nothing for someone to spend. This is great digital products on the kind of how-tos, the problem-fixing type of niches, how to make money, how to lose weight, how to fix your back, whatever it may be. Those type of products are doing really well. We'll break down kind of what I've got going on kingpinning here over the next month. My plan is rolling out this week of just kind of how I'm structuring the funnel as well as how I'm attacking on TikTok to get this $7 lead gen, and then we upsell a $300, and then we upsell a $5,000 from there. And the conversions on the other niches I've been doing have been absolutely stellar. Now, on the physical side, you can do this as well on the $10 and lower products. So if you remember when we used to always do type of free plus shipping offers, when a free plus shipping offer is doing well, that means the platform is pretty new. So on TikTok, a free plus shipping offer does extremely well right now. Those little swinging ducks, I think the guy was selling them for like $3 and then had a $3 or $4 shipping cost on it. And that was all the profit margins they were getting, like 50-cent conversions, purchase conversions they were getting. And that's how he got up to $45,000 in sales, by having that low-end product that just generates massive amounts of reach, engagement. And if you get on the positive side of the TikTok algorithm these days, your stuff goes so viral. So you'll even see it when we're talking about influencers and people. If you're growing your personal brand, you having 10 times the amount of followers on TikTok compared to Instagram and Facebook and stuff is very easy to do. Now, it's about the same profitable wise on that side, where you're going to get a lot more people maybe following and the views on it, but the Facebook and those, just the algorithm's a little bit more pristine, where it's going to be more directed to your buyers. So you'll get maybe more from lower viewers, but you'll see that it's very easy to grow your following, no matter really the brand you're doing, even just selling products. Now, engagement and reach, perfect platform to get eyeballs on your goods. If you're doing anything just to brand awareness, for any clients and products that we're selling that are higher than $100 in that range, the high-end stuff, then a lot of our TikTok is more focused on the engagement and getting the reach, getting the eyeballs and recognition of what's going on. If you have a YouTube channel, if you're doing a podcast, if you have that free newbie lead gen newsletter, these are all great lead gen systems to put in place. You'll see when we talk about podcasts and YouTube, they go really well with TikTok, just the way that you can break things down, and you can do one day, you put one effort in, and then you're able to have tons of content across a whole bunch of social platforms that way. So using TikTok for that engagement, that reach, those eyeballs on your offer is incredibly, incredibly powerful right now. Now, paid and organic traffic both work. Like I said, I've seen 100% organic brands do extremely well with the right products. When you fit that kind of low-cost product, you have the right amount of posts going, you have the right type of TikTok videos going. They do very well, even just using organic. So if you don't have the ad budget, don't let that turn you away from TikTok like you would on Facebook or Instagram. Good luck getting organic reach on Facebook starting from nothing with no ads. You can go to 7 figures organically on TikTok just with that consistency and the right marketing style. Now, paid ads, on the other hand, the cost on paid ads are ridiculously low. I'm getting like 10 times cheaper CPMs on TikTok ads than I am Facebook ads. The cost per clicks are a third the cost of our Facebook ads. So it's really just an overall great time to be playing around with the platform all the way. And another thing you can do with this, since you're getting so much eyeballs, getting so much reach, getting this low-cost traffic, this easy traffic, you still want to take advantage of all those back-end systems that we always put in place with businesses. So using TikTok to generate some retargeting audiences is extremely powerful. That's one big method I've been using, where we do organic type of content-driven posts, content-driven videos, get people to a certain link or to a certain page where we can build our retargeting audiences. Then we hit all the other platforms with that retargeting to really sell the product, to push whatever we're really trying to get going. Now, overall, just to start, wanted to share some research tactics with you. I did a video on this a few days ago, but I figured I'd cover it real quickly before we get in. Now, if you are looking for products to sell, always these new platforms are really hot to take advantage of, just by using all the traffic and all the products that are doing well right now. Let me go ahead and pull TikTok up on here. So if you're doing e-com and stuff, then there are two really methods that I use for my research. It's also great for competition research. Look at all the other brands out there that are promoting similar products. What are they saying in their videos? How are they structuring their videos? How is their landing page looking? Because we'll talk about it in a little bit, but your landing page, the sales system you put in place, you want it a little different than Facebook. You want it a little different than YouTube and those things. You got to think about where your traffic is coming from. TikTok users have a very short attention span. Everything's super visual and moving. There's no pictures or anything. So you really want to kind of carry on those same traits when you're talking about your sales page or your lead gen system or whatever it may be. You want to avoid the text, go more visual. And that's really what we want to kind of learn from the other competitors out there. So our first method I'll show you guys here is just the hashtag search. So if you're looking for products, what you can do is start looking on the broad hashtags. So some very popular hashtags would be like TikTok made me buy it. This is a theme that's always done on these type of product videos, these review videos, or Amazon finds, Amazon best products. All these really large type of hashtags are going to give you a very large general type of product view. Now, what we can do to really kind of find those gems, those hidden gem products, is we're actually clicking into our videos here, and we're looking at the third party, or the third hashtags they're using, the smaller hashtags. And we're really looking for those hashtags that have a view of maybe like 50 million to 500 million. TikTok made me buy it, probably has multiple billion views of a hashtag. But let's see, like Sal Finds. That's this guy, I guess, Simply Sal Finds. I bet he has a general store too, so we can take a look at that later, because that's something we want to talk about. Ooh. But anyways, we're looking in these other hashtags that he's using. TikTok made me buy it, Amazon Home, Bathroom Hack, Amazon Finds. And when you click into these hashtags, you can see on the very top, all right, 705.3 million views. So that's right in the range. 50 to 500 million is typically my best spot. And this also is very specific to just this Sal guy. So he's probably not going to have like super unique stuff. But as you got a little bit further, 1.4 billion, a little too broad. Bathroom Hack, 146.2 mil. Now, this could have a lot of things that aren't products as well, but these products are where you're going to be able to find kind of those more unique, those more untouched products that people aren't really advertising or haven't seen yet. And like I said, since the platform's new, it's one of those scenarios where you could like literally go back, find old winners that you've had maybe years ago on Facebook, or you've seen a million times on Facebook. They're not doing huge things on TikTok, and you just bring it over to TikTok. It's a really, really great method on its own to make it work. But again, the more you're researching here, the more you're diving in, the better options you're going to get. And it's going to be deep diving in. You know, your top 100 here are probably not going to have, it's going to be what everyone's kind of finding. But you're really going deep into the different type of products going on. This is Amazon finds under 20 bucks. That's about perfect for our range. And we got, again, we're looking at our other hashtags. Nothing really good there. Let's look at whatever this is. Bathroom decor, LED lights, toilet light, beauty finds, mom tips, mom hacks, bathroom makeover, cool stuff. So again, as you're doing this research, you're just kind of making a list of hashtags. 470.3 million views. That's a good spot to be. If you have a bathroom decor store, then you can get some really great ideas going on here if that's a niche you want to hit. LED lights. We don't have to look at all of these, obviously, but you get the kind of idea. So 6.3 billion, way too big. But we'll see some of the major products that are selling. I see this one's been going off super well. This little LED like star. The Soul Set lamp, I'm sure that's in here somewhere. It's like the sunrise lamp is super popular right now. Those things are getting millions and millions of views. Those guys are probably crushing it. But again, this is just kind of one of the methods that you can use to do a little research. Now, the second method that we can use on TikTok is taking advantage of the algorithm. So let's say you are in a weight loss niche or something like that. Let's just go ahead. Hashtag weight loss. You can start to dive in, and what you're looking for is like other brands, other competitors, other influencers that are talking to the same type of content, the same type of products, the same type of audience that you're trying to look for. Let's think of actually like an actual program or something. Beach body workouts. So that's not too big. What's a good like weight loss brand? And so what you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to find all these competitors and these influencers, and you want to have pretty much a fresh account at this point. And you're going to go in and you're going to follow as many of these niche-specific accounts as possible. Now, if you're just looking for products to possibly sell on an e-com store, and it could be any niche, then go find the general stores. Like Sal finds here, we saw this, cake.com, Simply Sal finds, probably like a general store or a link to a bunch of Amazon stuff. Yeah, so he's got some specific products here, car must-haves. So if you're just looking for random products that you could possibly sell, then follow the general stores. And what's going to happen is that you're going to be put in the algorithm as someone who likes these things. So if you're following someone who only posts e-com products to a general store, then TikTok is going to show you the advertisements of other e-com general stores, of rather whatever e-com products. Same if you're doing the niche specific. Now, like I said, like Christian said, keto diets. Like I said, you want to pretty much start as a fresh account on this, and even maybe create like 2 or 3 different accounts, because wherever it places you in the algorithm early is where it's going to continue kind of showing you from that point on. So you don't want to just rely on one account a lot of times. Even with the ads, you'll see us talk about that, is that often a method that a lot of guys use is that they'll like start with 3 to 5 accounts if they're doing the research, 3 to 5 accounts for the research and following, because you're going to be in different places of the algorithm, whichever account you're using. If you're doing the advertising, different accounts get a little different preference or have better starts, so the algorithm starts off better. Same thing organically, especially organically. They are using like 5 to 10 accounts they start with. They post all the same content across those in their first week, and then the account that gets the biggest like momentum and the best start, that's what they carry on with. Because that early start, and you've seen this with Facebook ads if you've watched my stuff in the past, same type of thing, is that, you know, everyone that is interested on weight loss on TikTok, not every one of those people are going to be interested in your product or want to engage that day. So if TikTok shows your content to the ones who don't want to engage or aren't interested in buying in the first, then you're going to get negative feedback right away, which is going to have the algorithm have a slower start. But if you get lucky and that first group that sees your content, sees your ads, and they go and interact positively right away, then you're on the positive side of the algorithm. And right now, TikTok's algorithm, it's not as pristine, like I said, as Facebook. So it's not going to be as dialed in and crazy and as good as optimizing as Facebook. It more just like shows you to as many wide open people as you possibly can. So having that early start, very powerful, very good stuff. All right, let me close this down here. All right, so that's just kind of the basics of TikTok, why it's awesome, the research tactics for you guys. Now let's get to just like our kind of standard bread and butter. Let's start with our organic strategies. What is working out there? What is hot? All right, let me maybe close these, make it a little easier to see, huh? All right, so first off, let's talk, just like I mentioned a minute ago, the account situation. There are different philosophies on the accounts. Now, you know, it's fine just to start one account and get going. Eventually, you can get on the positive side of the algorithm. But like I was mentioning, if we can get a head start in the algorithm, that's always a much easier time ahead, especially if we're just doing organic traffic. You can typically kind of force your way through with paid ads. But if you're starting a brand new account and just going organic, then that multiple account situation scenario is kind of the way you want to go. Now, it has been said that if you create more than 2 accounts on a single IP or a single device, then you can get what they call shadow banned, where the 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the accounts afterwards won't have any reach. They'll be kind of cut down on reach, won't do as well as the others. Now, I've created more than 2 accounts on many of my devices and not really seen that so much, but I have talked to people that that's happened to. So one thing they suggest is that you can use different computers, have your friends or family create the base TikTok accounts so that you get to your 3 to 5 to kind of play with and go with. Just to avoid that, try not to create more than 2 on a single device. Now, I'm lucky I have a couple phones. I've got a couple computers, so I can go across all those. I got brothers, sisters, mom and dad that we've created on. But just to make you aware, there is that shadow ban type of side of things where you could have trouble with your reach. If you start an account, you got posting, it's your 3rd account, and you're seeing that it's getting no reach at all, then that could be the possible situation. Again, I don't have hard data or hard facts on that. It's just more of a theory I've heard from a lot of big guys and others who have kind of experienced that. Now, they might have just been on the bad side of the algorithm on that and not gotten the right momentum early that they would have liked. We don't know really what shadow ban is or not, but the multiple account method is the ideal way to start, especially the organic side, the research side, and the paid side. It's not as big of a deal because we will use what we call Business Center, and we'll explain that here in a few. But that kind of opens you up. And with the paid traffic, they like to give precedence if you're paying. So you can force your way through to the positive side of the algorithm, typically with the accounts. We'll do the same type of philosophy on our ads, but we're not having multiple accounts. Rather, we're starting multiple different campaigns that are maybe identical. All right, so let's go ahead and get into just our standard organic posting. All right, so posts themselves. Now, we're doing all video, obviously. We are on TikTok here. Now, there's lots of different things. These are short form videos, like I said. So you're looking at anywhere from like 10 to 30 seconds, 10 seconds to a minute long. You're not really going long form. The longer form you get, the harder it is to keep people around. Again, people on this platform, they have very short attention spans. So they're going to be swiping. You really got to catch them in those early seconds and then have quality content to keep them around and then have purpose with whatever your video is. Where are you sending them? What kind of lead are you generating? Are you just getting views? Are you trying to get follows? Are you trying to get a sale? Are you trying to create a retargeting audience? Whatever it may be, keep that in mind as you're building your videos. Now, frequency of posts, I typically like to do about 5 to 15 per day. It's not like other platforms where the more I post, the less effective they are. It's actually the more I post on TikTok, it seems like I get better success, because if I post 15 in a day, like 2 of them might take off. If I post 2 in a day, then maybe none of them take off. So it doesn't like diminish your returns if you are posting more per day. Now, I haven't done any more than like 15 per day, but I do like to go with that frequency. Now, Dan asked here, are you repeating posts? And Norman's asking, how are you coming up with the creative so fast? Considering that they're only 15 to 30 seconds long, it's extremely easy to create videos in that front. Now, am I repeating the post? Then yes, I often am repeating the post, not the exact same day, but like maybe we'll have 5 days of content, 50 posts or something, and then we'll switch it around in the day 6 through 10. Often what I'm doing is I'm taking one format and I'm rearranging it like 20 different times. So it's the same video, but the first 3 to 5 seconds are a little different. The middle is a little different. It's the same content I recorded. It's just I'm mixing and matching it in a whole bunch of different ways. And whichever way takes off, then I roll with that one. That's my goodie, and I kind of go from there. Now, like I said, ideal length, anywhere from 15 to 45 seconds. Definitely depends on what you are looking to do. If you're giving information, if you're trying to do a how-to, fix a problem, then the lengthier videos are better. Shorter is just that kind of hook, get their attention, get them to the next step. It just kind of depends, but 45 seconds is typically the longest I'll go on anything, ads included. Houston's asking, do we outsource the contents? I'll show you guys that here at I think in a end of this section or maybe the end of the next session. Yes, I do outsource a lot of the content. I also just, like, if it's an e-com product, most of my videos I'm grabbing from like YouTube or other TikTok accounts or the AliExpress listings or Amazon, all that type of stuff. But we do outsource quite a bit of content. There's lots of different sources out to do that, and that's very powerful as well. Now, the hook, or the hashtag or to not hashtag. You want to usually use maybe a couple hashtags. If it's an advertisement, I avoid hashtags. But again, the hashtags are a way that a lot of people find content. So if you have a product that's relevant to a certain niche or something, hashtags can often be a good thing. Like if I'm doing, right now, I'm doing a keto chilies on the stove right now. So if I'm looking up recipes, I would look up keto recipes or keto chili recipes. So other people are doing that. If you're selling something keto cooking, then that hashtag would be relevant. It would be a good one to use and move forward. All right, so now the hook. The hook is pretty much everything when it comes to our video. And the hook is that first 5 seconds. This will pretty much determine the success of all of your videos out there. And that's why I was saying I like to rearrange my content quite a bit, because that first 5 seconds is the most important part, where we try every little piece of the video in the first 5 seconds just to see which one's going to take off. Because that short attention span is there, people are flicking so fast, you gotta grab them in the first 5 seconds to get them to really stick for the next 10 to 20 to 30 seconds, where you're going to be doing the bread and butter, where the call to action is, where you're getting them to do the thing that you want them to do. So it's often a good idea to start with that wow factor. Whatever it is, like the results of your product, for example. If you lost 50 pounds using some fitness equipment you're trying to sell, then you start the first 5 seconds off, I lost 50 pounds on this. Or this is how wow, I lost 50 pounds. That's the first 5 seconds. And then you go into, oh, you want to know how I did it? Blah, 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 blah. And that's really how the best way we found to hook people, no matter what it is. Results right away, flashy right away, and get their attention. You just remember, need them to stick around that first 5 seconds, and they'll typically stick for 10, 15, maybe 20. Now, another good way to go about this is with questions and answers. Often you'll get people questioning and making comments on your videos, or maybe you got it on forums out there, or however, the most important questions on your product, on your brand, on your content. They have little question and answer chat bubbles that you can put on your TikToks. It's just part of the TikTok system when you're creating a TikTok. Now, you have to use your phone to create TikToks. You can upload them on the computer and everything, but all like the features and the good stuff that you want to use is going to be on your phone. So when you're doing it, you want to create that, use it on the phone, like a question and answer pop-up bubble. That's on the phone. You can use that. Now, why that's helpful is that people will instantly read the question. So the question will keep them around. Just reading that question will keep them around for 3 to 5 seconds. And then just that subconscious part of your mind that wants to know the answer to what you just read will stick around the next 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or however long the explanation is. So I found a lot of success with the question and answers on the opening, especially when you're getting people and your brand's building and you're actually getting real questions from fans. Then you're going to be able to use that to pretty much direct your answer to one person that's going to be hooked, but that's something that everyone else that's following you probably ask as well. Now, next off, the music. Music is essential, and I will have this mind map for you guys in the members area as well. I know it's a little tough to see here with all the pictures and stuff, but the music is essential on TikTok. This, just like hashtags, people search by looking at the sounds and the music used. Also, people just engage with those posts so much better. So not only the video and visual aspect, but the different tools and the different things that the music and sound side of the TikTok platform is super valuable. The users, the audience, they just react so much better when you have good music in there. Now, what's great about TikTok is that they have licensing, like commercial sounds and songs that you can use. And on a personal account, you actually get access and can use any song and sound. There's not been any copyright issues or trademark issues in my experience as of yet. So you can really go ham when it comes to the sounds and the music you use. Now, if you're using a business account or the business center, then you're going to have to use, on your ads and everything, you're going to have to use approved commercial audios they have, which they'll have right in as you're creating the TikTok here. You can see the sounds playlist here. When you create your TikTok, you just got to click adjust clips, and then it'll have a portion there. It says add sound. Brings you to this. You can look up your sounds. You can see what's recommended. There's sources out there. If you just go Google like the most popular TikTok music right now, you can use those. So that's typically where we like to start. And then if you have relevant sounds and music, there's also lots of trends that happen. So you see a certain sound that's being used with a certain trend that people are using often. You can often get creative and kind of work that into your posts as well. But definitely like 80%, 90% of your TikTok vids should have music and sound in them. They got to have that kind of that what people are liking, what people really enjoy. And on the other front of sounds, the voiceovers. Voiceovers are super, super hot. They do extremely well. So if you're like talking about your product or whatever you're talking about, have the captions. Have captions of what you're talking about, and then use the voiceover feature in the TikTok. Just like I said with the sound, when you're editing the clip, you can go into voiceovers after you type the text. Now, Jessie is the most popular here. She gets the biggest reaction. If you've been on TikTok for 5 minutes, you've probably seen 100 of those videos using Jessie's voice. And we've used a few male voices and stuff and a few others, tried them out, but Jessie is always our best performer. Who knows why that causes best performance, but people love it way more than others. And it's very robotic voice still, but anything you type there will have that voiceover that you click it on. So music, super powerful, super effective, must have in a lot of your videos. And those captions, if you're just speaking, no music, no voiceover, captions as you're speaking, extremely important. I think I got a tool for you here. Now, call to actions. Again, like I said, you want to have a purpose with all of your content. So if it's just to get followers, then have somewhere where you say, go follow or like this. If you want them to watch more of your videos, you can have the multi-part videos where you have part 1, part 2, part 3. And after part 1, you're like, go watch the rest on part 2. Call to actions are not used nearly enough in TikTok, and we've had extremely good success. That's just marketing 101, is that when you tell people what you want them to do, they are more likely to act on that and move forward. So have those call to actions in your videos. Now, if you want to have a link to your website, you need to have at least 1,000 followers if you want to have that clickable link in your bio. You can obviously just write the link in the bio and people have to type it out or whatever. But if you want that clickable link, then you need to get to 1,000 followers. So your first kind of goal is to reach that 1,000 followers to get that link in the bio. I often will just put the link in the video at the end. So if it's a product, I'll do my typical video, and at the end, I'll say buy at, Travis.com or whatever it may be. And it's not as effective as that one-off click, but it still drives traffic to where you want to go. So make sure you're always adding that plug at the end of your clips. Call to actions, marketing 101, any type of product or content you put out there, direct that viewer to what you're looking them to do. Followers, more views, leads, buys, whatever it may be, you want to tell them to go do that. All right, now captions. Like I mentioned, captions are super popular as well. People like to just kind of read through as well as they got going there. Now, you can use the internal system just to have your kind of standard captions that are going. I like to make them a little prettier, so you can use this free app called Captions for talking videos. There's lots of others out there, but what that does is gives you like these type of captions where you can do color. It's a little 3D. It stands out. It's much more beautiful. It's not going to be... It's not going to be just that standard white text that's there, which the standard white is better than nothing. But again, this just kind of ups the quality on what you're doing, on what your videos are. So captions for talking videos works well, gives you these nice little things here. Norman's asking, do you use one of those link tree things I've seen in bios? No, I don't typically do that style where those guys are pretty much, when they have a link tree and they're going to a bunch of different sites, a bunch of different sales pages and stuff, what they're doing is they're creating videos to get maximum number of views. And it's more like a commercial on television that hits a broad audience. And they go to that link tree, and all of it's affiliate links. So it might be Amazon affiliate links. It's typically not people that have their own product. I'm typically creating a brand and creating like a branded store or a branded lead gen system. So I want them to go to one link. I have one purpose for them so we can kind of dial that down. A link tree is if your content's more focused on maximum number of views, and then any click, any link in there, you're going to get that affiliate kind of commission. So that's kind of the system when they're using the link tree, I've noticed. General store, you saw Sal's that we just saw there. He was using the link tree system. See, like this right here. Any of these are going to give us these. They're going to give him cookies. So most of this is probably Amazon. Let's just kind of look at some different stuff. High-speed dryer, Amazon. Oh, maybe I got to click. He's blocked. There we go. Can't right-click. Okay, so he's literally sending directly to the AliExpress here. So maybe he's not going. This would Amazon would be his cookie, or maybe this is product listed on AliExpress. Not sure why I would do that. Kitchen must-haves. Let's see what he's got. So yeah, these are all just getting his affiliate cookies. So now that I clicked on this, if I go back to Amazon and buy anything, anywhere, don't have to buy his stuff he has listed, buy some ballet slippers, he's going to get a commission on that. So that's kind of the beauty of the link tree, is that you're kind of giving people options to get your cookies maximized. And that's kind of what he's going for, I believe. That's how I would take it. I don't typically do that style, but it is still powerful. All right, so I talked about it a little bit, but the multi-part content is good for keeping people hooked as well. Having part 1, part 2, part 3, this gives people reason to watch more of your videos on your account. They want to finish that story, especially when you got a really good intro, really good first video, part 1. Now, what this does is the more people watch your content, if they go to 2 videos or 3 videos on your account, you're in a better place in the algorithm. That person is more likely to see your next content coming. TikTok is more likely to show them that content. Now, as a viewer, I hate the multi-part content because I just want to get the whole thing in one little go, but it works really, really, really well. Now, again, don't go crazy. Have a purpose for leading to the next part. You know, if you're doing that Linktree general store, then all these like crazy stories, and they've got all these like romance stories or breakup stories, or, you know, what's the craziest thing that happened with the cops stories, all these crazy stories. They just go to Reddit. They find these wild stories people post, true or not, and then they go and they create a voiceover video that's a multi-part to create this positive algorithm sitting, and then they get millions and millions of views off these things. And often the video isn't someone's face. It's often like a video game playing in the background, like Minecraft or something they got playing, or maybe someone cooking something, or like an ASMR type of it. It's never anything related to what they're talking about, but that has a really powerful like effect on the algorithm. So multi-part content is great, especially if you're doing how-to, because you often not going to be able to explain everything, like fix their problem with your solution on content in 30 seconds. You're going to need maybe 3 or 4 minutes. This is why like YouTube videos are so powerful for how-to content, because it shows everything. So you can have that multi-part content to get them to stick around and get them to the solution where maybe you're pitching something in the last part or whatever it may be. Now, if you want leads, use the multi-part content, like use half of it on TikTok and save the other half, the finisher, for your third-party site. If it's an email newsletter, if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, if you're trying to sell your product or whatever, then have like 4 parts of content, and then the first 2 are on TikTok, and then the third piece is your lead gen piece on a squeeze page, and then the 4th part is the solution answer they get after they subscribe, or whatever that may be. If you're just going for followers, then again, just have them stay on TikTok, because the more views, the more videos they watch, the more time they spend on your account, the better you are in the algorithm for that person and their friends and relations and all that to see it again in the future. So that's just kind of the basic outline of the content. Let's go through like 3 different kind of general plans for content here. We've got 3 brands I'm kind of working with. First off, let's talk about our high-end athletic wear. Now, this is a high-price product. We're selling these shorts that are like a under base layer for women. They can be used in the gym, just like leggings, but the short style. Our main competitors are things like Fabletics and Lululemon and stuff, but these are $100 plus, so it's not our ideal product range. So our goal with this is all about awareness and building those audiences, building brand awareness and getting retargeting audiences that we can really take advantage. Try and get them in our lists and our emails and all these other areas where we're going to be able to more effectively sell this high-end product. We got to kind of convince these people over time to spend $100, $200 on this type of product. That's not a first glance buy type of product like the swinging duck for $5 or whatever. So we have to really, and TikTok, it's hard to hit them like 10 times in a row with your message, with message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4 in the right order, because TikTok's showing so much in between. They're going through 300 videos before they get to your part 2 of whatever your marketing is. So it's a little easier to grow that awareness, get them off of TikTok and into what we're really doing. Now, with this brand, we're really focused on the how-to content, the health information for women, exercise guides, how to deal with being a mother, a newborn mother, you know, those type of things that we're really trying to push as a community building effort. When your product's too high, you're building awareness, building those leads, and you're building that community, because you want people coming back and engage as often, getting the viral aspect of TikTok going by word of mouth. Your viral content in this type of brand might not be the product promotion itself, but be the content and the brand awareness you're putting out there. So you want to have like your brand owner, if they want to be public on the face of the company, you want them doing content as much as possible, showing their face as much as possible. If you have brand ambassadors or influencers that are like major part of your brand, you want to be using them as much as possible. Again, that recognition is really the key when it comes to the high-end type of product. Now, we also, like I said, lead gen systems, very good, convert very well on TikTok traffic, and it's more of a positive when we're pushing those things, the freebie newsletters, giveaways. We have a 30-day challenge on this one where it's focused on women for 30 days, email newsletter, private discussion group. And then from there, in those elements, that's where we're pushing the product, the high-end product. You'd love these athletic wear as you're going through our fitness challenge or whatever it may be. So when it comes to the high-end product, you want to really go for those type of elements rather than selling the product directly. Now, Fabletics, like I said, is one of our big competitors. If you want to see how a great brand does TikTok, Fabletics is one of the best out there. They post frequently, and their hooks are so good. The first 5 seconds are so good. I was watching just as I was flipping through earlier. One was like, the girl came up and was like, any guy who wears these are super hot. That right there, and it was selling, the video was like 45 seconds long, and it's selling these shorts for men. So that little hook right there pretty much would catch any guy that's in that market, just like in that first 5 seconds. And then after that, they explain what their deal is. They had like 2 for $25 or something, 2 for $50, whatever their offer, their one-time offer was. That's what you want to really kind of mimic as you're going. Look at those competitors. How are they bringing people in? How are they generating that audience? So high-end offers, all about that awareness, all about those leads, the retargeting, the community, getting them into your third-party lead gen systems. Next off, like digital products. So for kingpinning, I shared this in the kingpinning group the other day. This is just kind of a standard low ticket offer that's going to upsell our main offer type of situation. Now we're using this on the 90 days of ecom program as well, where I've set up a program we're launching this week where it's called the 7 days of ecom. It just takes the first week of both the 90 days of dropshipping and 90 days of print on demand, and it's for sale for $7. Now in each of these, in the first week on both those programs, we made our first sale. So we're pretty much able in that $7 deal, walk them through every single step of building their store to get to a first sale with both print on demand and drop shipping. Now, the main thing here is that low end offer, that $7 offer that's going to get them in the door. And then instantly we're upselling the main offer for $200 to $500, which is the 90 days of ecom. That's the main thing we want to sell. That's the main money maker. Now, from here, they're also on our email. We have a webinar in place, all that type of stuff to kind of push on the back end. But the important part on our digital products here when it comes to TikTok is that low-end offer on the front. Like I mentioned earlier, a $7 product is having 20 times better results for me than a free product. We might get more subscribers on a free newsletter, but having someone build the trust just to even spend $10 on your product, they are converting at absolutely incredible rates on our upsell. So I expect that to happen with our 90 days of ecom as well. Now, overall, what I'm doing on this is I'm going to set up 2 TikTok accounts. We have a kingpinning account, which is our main brand account. This is our long-term account that we're looking to build the kingpinning brand on. We have a second account we've created, which is the 90 days of ecom account. This is fully focused on the product itself. So everything, all the posts on that are going to be about the product. They're going to be getting people to the product, getting people to the $7 offer, getting people into the retargeting audiences, and it's going to use the product itself. We'll start on that one down here. Out of the 90 days of ecom, we have 180 days in the end recorded. Each day is like 20 minutes to an hour long. That alone, I'm going to take all those videos, I'm going to splice them into as many 10 to 30 second clips as possible. Literally just use the product that I've already recorded to create as many TikTok videos as I humanly possibly can. That's not giving away the whole product on the account, but use that to give them just that quick view of what it is in the account, and then we'll lead them into that 7-day offer. Always the call to action at the end, and this is all organic. These are just going to be 5 to 15 posts per day where we're doing those 10 to 30 clips. That's all the product. It's going to be able to give us hundreds and hundreds of TikTok videos, months of work that we'll be able to, months of content we'll be able to upload, and all direct them to the $7 account. Now, the kingpinning account, like I said, is our main account where we're going to have our content brand. This will be the info content. So anytime I do a video, we'll use that video to create the TikTok video content as well to lead them to those videos. The Q&A content. So if you guys have great questions here, any questions that you guys are having on this webinar, that's content that I can use on TikTok. I can just even take the splice out of this where I answered one of Norman's questions or something and use that as a video. The Q&A, like I said. Now, ideally, the main system I see that's working the best for info and digital products and services and brand building is the 3 essential parts. You have a podcast, you have the YouTube channel, and then you have the short form videos. Okay, so once a week, you are spending, let's say, an hour doing a podcast, okay? That podcast, you're going to have a pre-structured kind of idea of what you're going to be talking about. You're going to have like 3 or 4 topics. Now, that podcast you do live, you have people in, you're promoting, you're getting people in, you have guest speakers on and stuff like that, so they're bringing their traffic with that affiliate joint venture type of element. Now, you take that podcast, that live element, brings in the community. It brings in the repeat viewers. It brings in the people that are going to follow you and build your brand. They're going to follow everything else you got out there. But you take that podcast and you're going to break it down into as many like 10 to 15 minute clips, 5 to 15 minute clips as you possibly can. This is going to be what you post on YouTube. You can have even a whole channel that's just like kingpinning clips. I mean, we can think of a great example here is like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has his podcast once a week, twice a week, whatever it may be. And then he has these 5 to 10 minute clips on YouTube. Now from there, you take that 5 to 10 minute videos and you splice it to as many 10 to 30 second clips as you possibly can. This is for your short form social media. You take these 10 to 30 second clips, you post them on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, and Instagram Reels, and you lead people back to the YouTube videos or you lead people back to the podcast. Some people don't like to watch hour-long podcasts, so they want to see just the one clip that interests them on YouTube. Some people want that whole podcast, so you have those different elements there. But what this does is you literally have to work just like 2 hours in a week to have this massive amount of content. Because you have the podcast that lasts an hour, and then you have the editing, which you're just splicing into the YouTube videos and the TikToks and the short form that you're able to post throughout the entire week or throughout the entire month. So that is an extremely, extremely powerful method to go. Podcast, the YouTube channel, and the short form videos, those are all the top tier content forms right now. Podcasts, if you're doing info products, one of the hottest things you can possibly do to build your brand, build your community. And I got a kingpinning podcast actually rolling out in 2 weeks, and we're following this exact method that I'm showing you this here. And it's just that like podcasts, they say that 90% of podcast creators don't make it past 3 episodes. And then 90% of those that do make it past the first 3 episodes don't make it past 21 episodes. So pretty much if you make it 22 episodes on your podcast, you have a really great opportunity. You're in a really good spot, at least statistically, as long as you're creating good content. So my plan is I got a bunch of guest speakers already lined up, all e-com and digital product and advertising guys, business guys, and I'm just going to talk to them for an hour, and then I have my editing team come in, do our YouTube, do our short form videos, and that's the week of content that's posted. So that's your organic plan on digital. It's one of the easiest things you can possibly do. Now, also you want to have your promo content mixed in here. You know, we've got our 7 days of ecom, our 90 days of ecom. If we do like the TikTok tactics, if I was going to promote that long term, that would be part of the content put in there as well. And then a lot of times as us creators, we're going to often just kind of like have an idea off the top of the head and it's not part of our plan. So you can always add those in there too, just as you're sitting there. The best YouTube or the best TikTok videos are often just on your phone, use it like showing your face right here wherever you're sitting. Nothing has to be professional. User-generated content does better than anything with all of it. With product promotions, it's not like Facebook ads where you're looking for like a doctor to promote your fitness equipment and it's all this fancy type of technical stuff, editing that's going in. It's literally just like your phone showing the product, what it does, following that hook, that explanation and that call to action type of methodology. That is what works really well. Now, on the Kingpinning account, this is what I will advertise on as well. So this is where our ads will go through so that we're, again, building as much to our brand as possible, as much following on this as possible. The 90 Days of Ecom account, that's going to be like a side thing, more of a test to see how well it goes. I feel like it's going to be very profitable by just doing that method I explained. But the Kingpinning main account is really where we want to get the ads going. Now, this is also what I'll be connecting with influencers and affiliates on not only like the podcast guests, but also try and get reviews from top influencers in the market, all that type of stuff. Now, lastly, the third one I'll talk about is just kind of an organic e-com strategy. This is going to say we're not using any ads. We have the ideal criteria for our TikTok product. So it's going to be a low price product in that $20 to $50 to $80 range. What works best is typically not going too niche too. If we're going all organic, having something like a general style product that anyone would like or anyone would want to have, that is typically ideal what I've seen from the organic strategy. So like cell phone accessories, I've seen a million of those just like take off with organic only strategies. So you've got things like maybe you've seen it where it's a phone case that has like a tracking link in it. So if you lose your cell phone, you have the app on your phone that you can track it. Or you've got the cell phone cover that you can't see the screen from a certain angle. You've got a product I just saw where it's like it's a bracelet that's a cell phone charger cord. So these are type of products that like fit that general style, general buyer audience. And these do typically best in the organic only type of setting. Free plus shipping, like I mentioned, works extremely well too. So anything that you have priced like under $5, you can do a free plus shipping offer. Now on these, obviously you want to have that back end on point. You want to sell multiples, try and get bulk discounts or whatever, getting people buying 4 or 5, or you have it to where it's a low-end product and you're selling something at 50, 100, whatever on the back end. And it doesn't have to be something related even. It's like cross-sells. If you're the general product, then you can sell a lot of other things because general products are fitting everyone. So anything that's cool and fits that same criteria, you're just kind of cross-selling back and forth and making that money. Now, I can't stress enough when you're selling ecom products, you need to buy the product yourself because like I said, the user-generated content is key. So you want to go, whatever product you're selling, go to Amazon, buy it, have it shipped to you ASAP, and then just sit and think of creative ways to create your videos. You know, I saw that one tracking case I saw, the guy who did that organically, who had a lot of success early. You know, he didn't just like sit in his room and do a video of it like, oh, here's the tracking case. He went out and he like was in the woods. I think he showed himself fishing and he threw his phone in the woods and then he went home and tracked it. And that was the video. And it was like, that's super creative. Like just use stuff like that kind of stands out and you're going to be able to really kind of get it going. Now, the Soul Set lamp here, I've mentioned this earlier. This is just a lamp that's pretty much shows like a sunrise. They do incredibly well. Their organic game is on point. Look at these views that they're getting on these freaking videos. I mean, 78,000 people, 30,000, 65,000. They have ads too, but their ads are getting like 5 million likes and stuff like that. So it's incredible. I know these guys that did the original, and they're making mega money off this type of product. Now, like I said, multiple videos per day. Rework your videos. It can be the same video in just like little different forms. Use the trends that are going out there. Use the voiceovers. Use the different musics. You know, there's lots of different ways that you can mix it up with having really the same content. You could record 5 minutes of something, and then you could splice that into 500 different variations with all the different music choices, with all the different voiceovers, with all the different captions you could put, the things that you're putting over, whatever it may be. Definitely have multiple videos going per day. Norman's asking, so low-end products, you start with organic only and do ads later. Now, you can go ads right away on low-price products for sure. But if you're going only organic, then I suggest low price because it's going to be much easier. I like to start ads right away because you're just going to be able to boost effects right away. But I do know a lot of guys that just don't have the money or the budget, or they don't want to do the ad side because they're not as good at it, because they're good at creating creative ads or creative posts. And if you're good at creating creative posts, then you're going to have a lot of success. Now, again, just like I mentioned before, the 10 separate accounts to post the same stuff. If you're going organic method, have like 5 to 10 accounts, and you post the same stuff in your first week, and then whichever account takes off, that's the one you focus on. Because again, you're just trying to get, when it's organic, you're really trying to get to the positive side of the algorithm in the best possible way you can. All right, so lastly, let's talk about influencers. Influencers are super powerful on any platform, like I mentioned a million times, any training, but TikTok, it's one of those where it's been so easy over the past year or two for people to grow followings. We have this gigantic amount of influencers that have no idea how to monetize their following. I've talked to guys with millions of followers who are making no money because they don't monetize it. They don't know how to sell products. They don't know how to do lead gen. They don't know how to do what we know how to do. And that's honestly a business model in its own. I almost thought about doing that rather than my own products, but I was having so much success with my own products, I didn't do it. But go out there and find influencers that don't monetize their following and then just offer to monetize it, and you split everything 50-50. You can just go find products or find sponsorship deals for them, and that's an easy 6-figure a month business model right now. Because there's so many influencers, like I said, with giant followings who are great at growing their following and have no idea how to monetize it. So we have a lot of options right now on offering low cost to get them to make like 3 or 4 videos of our product. So what I would do typically is I go out, I find influencers in my niche or whatever related to the product. I am not looking for anyone verified. I typically skip anyone who's verified, but you can still find people with hundreds of thousands of followers that aren't verified, that are talking about whatever it is you're talking about. And I'll typically offer them like $250 or $500 to do 3 videos. I send them the product. I say, can you do these 3 videos and post them to your account over the week or over the month? And give them the script or the basic idea of what you'd like them to do, or let them do their own thing if they're creative. But that right there has been a gigantic traffic stream for clients I've taken on, for products I've started. These influencers it's much easier to get an influencer on TikTok, I found, than it is on Instagram, because most influencers on Instagram, they know the racket. They know the deal. So they're going to charge you more, and they're not going to get as much reach. They're not going to have as many followers and all that type of stuff. And if you have your product being posted on an account with like 500,000 followers, that's just a giant brand boost alone. Even if no sales come, you are on these really mega type of viewerships. So it's very powerful to do that. So they are open to those smaller deals, even with larger audiences, like I said, compared to like Instagram. Don't go verified. A tool I use is called Upfluence. That's one of them. I typically just kind of search through like hashtags, or I search through the algorithm method again. So if you place your account in the right spot in the algorithm, then TikTok's going to show you accounts that are related to what you are interested in. That's a really great way to find influencers as well. Just kind of scroll 10 to 20 minutes on TikTok every day with an account that's specific to your market. And you're going to find a ton of influencers kind of going. Now, Upfluence is a tool online where you can kind of connect with folks. Now, I just also noticed that Shopify just released something. Oh, I'm blanking on what it's called. But it's a new app they've got where they connect your Shopify store with influencers out there. So I haven't used it yet. I just added it the other day, yesterday, when I think it just came out yesterday. But that is going to have some potential there as well. There's lots of other tools out there for influencers as well, but Upfluence seems to be kind of the popular one I've seen with the most users kind of on there. All right, so that is our organic strategies. Kate's asking, are you using influencers for your programs as well as products? Yes, I like influencers anywhere I possibly can, because it's typically way cheaper traffic and much higher converting traffic than doing ads and stuff. Because on ads, you're like a billboard out there. With influencers, you have people that follow them, so they already trust them a little bit. So anything they say to go do, then you're going to get better reactions to. So even with lead gen and stuff, this is why I like the podcast route where I'm bringing on guest speakers, because that just naturally they're going to tell their people like, hey, I'm on this podcast, come watch. And it's usually free, but you can usually get away with really cheap influencer costs on these guys as well. All right, so that's our organic strategies. Let's go ahead and dive into the paid ad strategies. Let's go ahead and take just a quick 3-minute break. I have a chili on the stove right now. I got to go mix it up real quick. I'll be right back, get new water, take a bathroom break. I'll be back in 3 minutes, guys, and we'll talk about our paid ad strategies. All right. It's smelling good. I can tell you that. All right, I'll give everyone a minute here to get back if they're gone or something. So throw me some questions if you got any right now. Now is a good time. All right. All right, hopefully everyone's back here. Let's go ahead and dive into our paid ad strategies. Now, if you've done Facebook ads before, it's going to be very similar. There's not any like secret tricks or anything going on. Like I mentioned before, the algorithm isn't as polished as the Facebook algorithm, so it's not going to be as detailed and like dialed in and doesn't optimize as well, but like it will hit, you're going to have so much better ad cost, and if you have the right advertisement and the right sales funnel after and the right product, things can just kind of blow up like beyond belief, really. So first off, let's talk about our ideal landing page. Like I mentioned before, everything's more visual. Attention spans are shorter on TikTok. So you want to think about that with your product page as well. This is that Soul Set Lamp sales page, giving you a good idea of kind of a difference of the TikTok type of sales page compared to a Facebook. Much less text going on, much more visuals, lots of pictures. If you have choices, having the image choices variants, super effective, much more effective than having like a drop down or something along those lines. We're not having super long text. We're not having headlines. We're not having the features and benefits kind of listed out. The text is very minimal. The reading is very minimal. The colors and the pictures are high quality, bright, and really stick out. You can even see the reviews on these guys. They use very bright reviews and everything. But that sales page, you want to follow that same type of mentality as the TikTok users have. Visual, short attention span, get through the point, low price product. That's $20 for the sucker they're selling. And these guys have done probably 7 figures in sales on this, I'd bet. Maybe 8 at this point, who knows? So again, TikTok visual, make sales page more visual, more GIFs. The movement works really well. Less text. I like to have GIFs. Be careful on GIFs because can you guys see that okay? Again, I'm going to share this in the members area. So if you can't see as I'm talking here, I will. You'll be able to see it as maximum view as you want. Soul Set link. I think it's like soulsetlamp.com, maybe thesoulset.com. SOLSET. I can't remember exactly. I'll have that all for you guys. But more GIFs, more movement, more visual. Now, again, be careful on the GIFs because they are very large files. So you want that load speed to be very quick too. That's, again, short attention span. So if your load speed is like 5 seconds, people are gone. they're not even going to try and look. So you want to have that load speed on point. Small pages, visual. Social proof, obviously, always got to have that on any e-com sales page. Reviews, having the star ratings, testimonials. If your GIF is a testimonial, your video right there is a testimonial, that often works very well. Now, single product stores work best. That, at least in my experience. I see this method of these guys doing the general stores and the large stores with a whole bunch of products. But again, their TikTok videos are a different style than I would do. They're more focused on getting maximum number of views, where my TikToks and the approach I take are focused on getting maximum number of conversions. So people going from the TikTok to whatever the next step is in my process. Whereas if you've got a general store or you're doing the Amazon affiliate cookie type of situation, then you're going after maximum views. So you can do those really wild type of viral-esque type of situations just for the views to get maximum number of people in. So I like the single product stores like the Soul Set Lamp here shows. The entire store is completely focused on this one product. The home page, focus on the product. Sales page, focus on the product. There's barely any other pages on the store. Contact page, legal pages. Nothing else is needed on there. No distractions, no clicks anywhere else. Nothing to kind of push them away. Now, their entire goal of your store and your landing page is that you need to have a high perceived value. Even though they're selling this at $20, this really just, the page looks so good. It looks so high quality for a $20 product. It feels as though if you bought this, you're getting something that's worth way more than $20. And that's what you got to really kind of take into mind whenever you are creating your sales funnel, your sales page, and everything like that. One good approach to take is to think try and make it look like your store is the original store selling this product. Because this sunset lamp, it's been sold for years. This thing has been sold for a very long time on Facebook, everywhere else. It's been 1,000 other people have sold this on their stores. So their store looks like it's the original. It's the first one to really come into play. And yeah, like Norman says, upsell. That is key with business. Like marketing, business 101. Once you convince someone to give you money, then you have them. You just have to deliver on what you promised and then show them more stuff they can buy. And that lifetime value continues to increase at lower costs coming in. And it's just super, super hot. Super great way to do that. Like a lamp here, the Soul Set lamp, you could do probably bulk sales too. It doesn't look like they're doing multiples, but you'd think maybe someone would buy more than one. I know we were doing on the 90 Days of Ecom, I was doing a astronaut, it looks like a little astronaut, and it's a nightlight LED lamp type of thing that does the galaxy stars. So we've had a whole bunch of people buy 4, 5, 10 in an order, and that is because they have a grandma buying one for each of the grandkids. Or, you got something that goes in multiple rooms. You have something that's for the bathroom or something. There's maybe someone has a house with 3 bathrooms, so they buy 3 of them. So those are the type of products also you want to keep that in mind too. And maximizing that customer value. And don't forget about your TikTok pixel. Just like Facebook, TikTok has a pixel. If you're using Shopify, then you can just go and add the TikTok app in, and it's easy install. Otherwise, you got to go into the ad account, get the pixel just like you would on Facebook, which I didn't have a walkthrough here. It's pretty basic stuff. I think you guys can figure that out. All right, now advertising wise. Now what's going to happen when you create your accounts, and this is a big thing people always have trouble with, is organically where you create your account. I probably should have mentioned the organic section, but where you create your account. So if I'm located in the US and I create my account here, then TikTok is going to show my posts only to US people. Now, if I live in the UK and I create my account on my phone in the UK, then TikTok's only going to show my content to people in the UK. This is a problem if you're trying to hit that major audience. So an ideal way on the organic side and just your regular accounts is that you want to have someone located in the US to create your account if you're selling to the US. If you're only selling to the UK or where you're living, no problem. That's not a problem. Advertising works the same way on a personal ad account, where if you're located in the UK, you create your ad account in the UK, then you're only going to be able to advertise the UK. Now, the way for us to get around this is to open a business center. Just like Facebook has the business manager, this is the exact same thing. And you get to it the exact same way. You type in business.tiktok.com, and you're going to have to apply just like you would on Facebook. Sometimes it will take like a couple days for them to approve and whatnot. But with a business center, this opens up your ability to advertise worldwide. So that whole limitation of where you're located doesn't really matter. Now, a common question Sammy's asking here, can we do this with a VPN? Now, I have heard of people doing this with a VPN. So if you're located in another part of the world, having a VPN locate you in the US to create your account. I have also heard horror stories where VPNs have gotten that account banned and shut down because they know what's going on and whatnot. Now, I have not seen that myself. I would just, as safety precaution, just like find a friend that's located in the US and have them create a TikTok account for you. It's really just as simple as that. It will take them 2 minutes to create it. We're all on social media. I'm sure you got connections with people in the US that aren't business owners and would be able to create it for you, no problem. Norman's asking, what do they look for when you apply for a business account? It's literally just a sign up saying you want a business account. They don't even ask any questions, personal, anything. I signed up. When I signed up for one, it was literally approved instantly. I've heard people that it's taken like 3 to 5 days sometimes, and maybe that's just like, I think that was probably in the early days of TikTok advertising and stuff, and they were trying to just like slowly load people in. I know when TikTok ads first came out, you had to wait like a month, and it took a while for you to get approved. But these days, I feel like they want more advertisers coming in, and they want you using the business center because that's where you're supposed to go as a business. So the business center helps quite a bit. Now, under the business center, you can have multiple ad accounts too. So you don't have to just have your one brand with your one product. You can have your 10 different products that you're selling under different ad accounts that are all separate and so forth. So it's just a lot of positive to the business center. Like I said, the worldwide targeting on your ads, the support when you have trouble and you need to reach out to TikTok, they like reply really quick through a business center. They take forever on a personal ad account. And everything's just kind of under that one hood, like I said, with the multiple ad accounts right there. You can monitor and manage everything under one account there. Much easier. Now let's talk about some ad research. Now there's a great little tool here, the TikTok Creative Center. So let me go ahead and get that up here. Now this is how you can just literally go and look at all the different ads that are running out there. Where are we at? Let's go top ads. We in there? Okay, so this is literally just showing me actual TikTok ads. This is free for anyone. ads.tiktok.com/business/creative center. I think that will get you there. I just Googled it. I did TikTok Creative Center. Got me right here. Now what's cool here is this is a great place to see what ads are really working. You can see you'll see all that great information. Now this is just our top ads over the past 7 days. We can go ahead and sort by reach, CTR, click-through rating, or our 6-second view rate. So if you're having trouble with your first 5 seconds, your hook, then we're going to look at our 6-second view rate because we're going to see what are the things really kind of catching people here. Here's a new online biz one. We'll click in there. I guess we're at not much engagement there. Oh, oops. Let me go to like a fitness industry. So we're going to go industry. We can choose what type of industry we want. Let's go with like apparel. Sure. Clothing, accessories. Sure. Your objective, is someone advertising for those conversions like sales or view content? Are people just trying to get reach, lead gen, video views, traffic? So let's say conversions. Duration of the video, we're not really worried too much, last 7 days. Let's go ahead and do our 6-second view rate. And you can see right here, I had the worst night's sleep. First 5 seconds, catches your attention. How do you fix the worst night's sleep? Why? So much light in my room? Boom, sleep mask. So first 5 seconds, explain like the hook. got them connected. Next 20 seconds are about, here's how to fix it. Here's the eye mask. I bet on the end they probably say, yep, click the link below. Last 5 seconds. Click the link below to get your Manta Sleep mask. Improve the quality of your sleep today. Now, what's great on the Creative Center here is that we can see where they're clicking through. So most people are clicking through on the early stage and at the end. So first second kind of clicks them in. Last second clicks them in. So it's really cool, this ad tool here. There we go. How you can really dive in. And much like any research, you're diving deep. You want to get in there. Let's get highest reach ones that are getting the most. So what do we like here? Pop the nasal corner in and work our way. So that catches your eye like, what are you talking about? So this one you can see, they don't got much clicks because people are reading that like, what the hell are you talking about? Next 40, 50 seconds are explaining what it is they have and why it's so awesome. And then at the very last, at 56 to 60 seconds, that's when people are clicking. So this one, didn't mean to full screen. This one is, again, a great way to research like different styles of ads. So here we go, last seconds. Oh, it just went black. So at that black, they're kind of clicking. Didn't really do a call to action. Copy link. Oh, it's just going to be to the Creative. I was hoping the ad account. But you can see how powerful this free tool is that TikTok has. Again, like I said, digging deeper, you're going to get the more like unique, obscure things. But again, on our ads, looking at what's working, we like to look at those like top 50, top 100. So the Creative Center is hot place to get your ads. Like I said, the information it gives of where the click-through ratings are, what the hooks is on the top 5 seconds, really works very well. Norman's asking, is there a time limit on how long a video can be? I think it's like 60 seconds. It might be 90 seconds. I can't remember off the top of my head. I never go more than 45 seconds. Just for ease of my video creation and just not to kind of, because I know attention spans are long and most of my stuff is just kind of getting to the point within 30 seconds. So, all right, so some other tools that we can use to research. You could use paid tools where you have seller count is the low end offer, $10 a month. PP ads is around $300 a month. Seller count's very basic. I do have an account, a seller account, so we can take a look at it here. And I typically look at this like once a week just to look at some new stuff. Oh man, what is my login? Okay, sweet. So again, not many filters here, not many like stuff going on. Look, this looks like the tracking. Oh, maybe that's a tracker for the wallet and not a phone case. Still got a fat wallet, Air wallet.
Cards and cash, and it's
So you got the voiceover.
Well, my favorite part is it's designed to.
Let's look at the first 5 seconds. Christopher's asking, do I have a list of hooks I try, or do you figure out which hooks to test or start? I don't have a list typically. I just kind of think about all those wow factors that my product has. So anything that the product's supposed to do, I show it right away. Anyone that like it's going to impress, we do that right away. If you got a brand ambassador that's known, you got their face right away, so it's recognized. Anything that people recognize and stop, that's really where our hooks are. So let's see what the first second is here.
If your boyfriend still has a fat wallet.
If your boyfriend still has a fat wallet. No. Explaining the product, go buy our Air wallet.
If your boyfriend's.
Okay, that's not even a good one there. But you got the idea of the ad there. Seller count. I guess let's put this by most likes. We also don't want to be looking at things that are like super old. So this is forever. We want to look at, let's say, like the last 3 months or whatever. Oh, that's fine. 2 months. So you can go through, again, look at the ads that are working well. This is only $10 a month, so it's pretty standard. There's not much going on. Now, PP ads is probably the best tool out there right now for ad research, but it's very expensive. It's like $300 to $500 a month. Oh, that's not it. And it's got a weird name, huh? Nice. Christian says he played with TikTok 2 years ago, got a video to 500K views in the first 2 weeks. 2,000 website clicks in 3 days. 0 sales. Yeah, definitely it can go viral, and not if you don't have it lined up. That's the thing with like the TikTok audience too, is that your viral stuff, you can get a bunch of clicks, but if it doesn't line up, it's not going to work. That's why those general products are the way to go, unless you're going for that like niche specific content that's on point. You're not even niche specific content. You're not even trying to go viral. You're just trying to be on the positive side of the algorithm. So PP ads here is, again, like the top tool out there for finding products. I don't have an account on this just because I don't need it really, but it does show you like what's really hot right now. If you're doing a lot of drop shipping and you're moving from product to product and follow that type of method, then this is a great tool to have because you're going to always be on top of it. You can really dial in your searches. I'm typically a brand builder, so when I find a product that wins, I cut out all my other products and I just focus heavy on it. So that's pretty much product research, ad research going on. Now let's talk about our ideal ads itself. Now, just like on Facebook, they have the 3 different levels of ads, where you have a campaign, you have the ad group, which is much just the same thing as an ad set on Facebook, and then you have the ad itself. So the campaign is deciding what is this optimizing towards. The ad group is deciding who are we targeting, and the ad level is deciding what are we showing, what is the creative going on. Now, my ideal method when it comes to testing and having any new ads going is we do a 1-5-3. So we have 1 campaign, we have 5 ad groups, and we have 3 ads in each ad group. Okay. Go ahead, get up here. All right. So in our 1 campaign, if I'm using ads, I'm always doing website conversions, and we're always going towards that purchase. We always want to make the sale. Anything else is typically wasted. I don't do traffic, video views, lead gen, anything like that. I'm doing website conversions. Even if I'm sending them to like a lead gen email newsletter, I'm sending them with a website view or something like that as our optimization. But website conversions is typically what I go for when it goes to our campaign optimization. Now, in the ad group itself, there's 2 different ways I typically go about it. I'll usually have all of the ad groups be the exact same targeting. So it'll be 5 ad groups that are duplicated, that are copying the same targeting as going. And typically, they'll be just broad. I don't use interest that often unless I'm scaling or if I have a very niche specific product in the testing phase. But majority of my ads and the targeting I'm using is just broad. We don't even like distinguish age groups that much. We don't use interest. We just go broad and let TikTok and the algorithm kind of do its thing to get that early momentum. Now, like I said, I like to optimize towards a complete payment. So it's on Facebook, they're called purchases. On TikTok, they call them complete payment. So we're optimizing towards a complete payment. And we'll walk through one here in a minute here. Actually, maybe let's do that so you can see what I'm talking about, huh? Let me open up the business center. Ooh. All right, let's go to just a random ad account here, a new ad account. Okay, so let's go ahead and create an ad, huh? Start over. Like I said, we're going with website conversions. Campaign name, use however you want to name your guys. We'll go test. Now down here we have special ad categories. If you want to do housing, employment, credit, this is all legally. If you're doing products like that, you have to specify. Politics on Facebook is another one. I'm sure that'll come to TikTok one day. Split testing, typically don't do this. You could do split testing. I've not really played with it. Campaign budget optimization. This will pretty much be where it will spend. You have a certain max amount, daily amount on your entire campaign, and then it'll spend the ad group that's performing the best in its mind. We are doing it where it's a campaign or an ad group budget optimization, where each ad, we set the budget at the ad group level, and it's going to spend, if we have $25 a day per ad group, then they're going to spend $25 per day, and the ads is where it's going to choose which ones get spent the most. You could set a campaign budget if you have like a daily limit on this stuff or whatever. If you don't want to go over $100 completely on the campaign, then you could set that. I typically set my budgets again on the ad group level. So everything we're here on the ad group, this is what we're talking about on the right here. So we've got our ad group name. You know, I would do whatever I'm targeting. US, we're going to go, let's say female. I go 18 to 65 plus. We do the widespread. I don't target anyone under 18 just because they don't have money and they might need permission. You know, it's a legally like weird place to be advertising just in case. So you don't want to be there. We are advertising to an external website, not a TikTok instant page. You want to have your pixel again on your site. So this will just be our pixel or optimization event, always going with complete payment. Our placements, you can go automatic placement, but I typically go only TikTok. They've got these other two, but I've never really advertised on them, so I don't know. But TikTok is typically where I like to go. Our advanced settings. Do you want to have user comments on, video download on? Now, if you're just testing in the early days and you're trying to find the right creative, definitely you can turn these off. But I typically, if I have an ad that's working and I have a good ad creative that's working, I leave comments on, and I'll typically turn off the video download just to kind of avoid other people using my video and stuff and the other competition just using our stuff. But comments, you want that kind of, you want those objections. You want people to be asking about the product. You want to see what people are thinking of it and all that type of stuff. I think it's important for your long-term type of advertising and marketing. Now, creative type, they have the automated creative optimization. I'll talk about that in a second. But what this does is pretty much we turn this on the ad level, you're going to be able to set up multiple videos and multiple copywriting so that it will test different variations. It's a dynamic type of advertisement. If we have this turned off, then whatever your copy and your video is that you put together, that's what it tests. Now, I honestly love automated creative optimization during the testing phase because it's going to give you, like, if you put 5 videos and 5 different texts, it's going to be like 25 different ads or 150 different ads or something that's going to be able to test out to find the right creative that's going to work for you, because it'll do it all a bunch of different variations and different things like that. So automated creative, I think I have that listed down here, but we'll go ahead and talk about with it out, just like a normal ad right now. Now, our targeting, again, love broad targeting on this stuff. Okay, demographics, our location, wherever you're advertising. Some people like to do US and Canada. For the US is obviously our main buyer group of almost anything, unless you're just selling specifically to a certain country. But some people like that, Canada. I haven't had much success with Canada, so I just do US. Languages, you can definitely like dial it in if you're only doing the English, or if you're selling something specifically to Spanish people, then you dial it in there. Again, I like broad. Gender, if you have a gender-specific product, like if you're doing cosmetics or something like that, then definitely go female. But if it's something that fits all, broader the better, I've noticed. Ages, again, 18 and plus. All these guys, make sure you click all of them too, because I have often done an ad where I just click 18 to 55, expecting it to do the in-between, but it doesn't. 13 to 70-year-olds, they don't have money, and again, that legal side of things. All these other things, the interest and all that, typically I leave them blank. You can obviously go into the very specifics. It has interest and everything just the same as Facebook does. General, we have purchase intent. You've got your behaviors. You've got your hashtag interaction. So if people are interacting with certain niche hashtags. Now, like I said in the beginning here, we typically have the 5 ad groups, and they're going to be just duplicated broad. But sometimes I'll have like 3 that are the broad, and then 2 of the ad groups are going to target a broad interest in the niche. So you could do something like lamp if you're selling the Soul Set lamp, or LED lights. So you can see we're dropping down our audience quite a bit. I like to, when I'm targeting on, especially testing phase, an audience size of around 20 to 150 million is where I like to be. That's typically because of the scaling factor. You're going to get much better numbers, much bigger views on TikTok compared to Facebook ads. So the conversions aren't going to be as great overall, just because of how much fluffed up it is, how the algorithm works. It's showing you to a lot more people than Facebook will. So we really like to have those really large type of audiences going on. What we got here? LED. What's that at? Too narrow. But again, doing interest, if you're going to do an opening testing, 5 ad groups, 3 of them will be the broad, 2 of them will be an interest. Behaviors and stuff, again, I mostly am going to be using interest if I'm scaling and if I'm trying to push it to a lot of audiences beyond what's going on. Device, haven't really changed this at all, tested it. I mean, if you got a product that's only fits with the iOS, with the iPhone, then go ahead and just use the iPhone targeting. But overall, again, the positive engagement you get on a broad seems to put you a little bit better position. Connection type, I know on Facebook, if you do the Wi-Fi connection, it can often have better results, but I haven't had that on TikTok. Where are we at? Targeting expansion, since we're going broad, I don't ever turn this on. If you have an interest-based ad set that's doing well, then you could play around with this. I haven't seen much data on if this actually works that well on TikTok. I know it's been effective with scaling on Facebook in the past, but right now I don't really ever turn it on. Daily budget, anywhere from $20 to $100 a day. If I'm testing a brand new product, I'll have 5 ad groups at about $20 to $25 a piece, and I'll test to $100, $125, and you'll typically know if you have a good traction within that first $100. Sometimes it can take 2 days for TikTok to really pick up on its ads, on its ad momentum. But overall, you're going to be able to tell if you're at least in the right direction in your first $100 spend, if you should go forward. Like, good ad costs would be, you're looking at cost per clicks under $1 is where it's going to be a good. Like on Facebook, cost per clicks under $1 or under $2 or $1.50, you have a really good ad. You can get down to like 50 cents to 20 cents cost per click on TikTok, and that's a really good ad on this platform. Now, when to start your ads, if you are starting an ad past like 3 p.m. during the day, I will typically just wait and have it start the next day, so I'll schedule it for the next day. I will usually have it start around like 5 or 4 a.m. Some people like to start at midnight that night and let it run through, but no one's on from 12 to 5 a.m. pretty much. So I will usually have it start just at that 5 a.m. And often with a new ad, with a new campaign, you won't get much spend on the first day. Sometimes it takes like a day for it even to start spending. So you'll just be kind of sitting and waiting till that next day anyways. Now, day parting, on my initial test, I usually go all day. Sometimes I test different ranges going on. Day parting is really good on the scaling front. So, do I have that here? I think I have that in here. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, here we go. Day parting. So, use it on the testing. If I do day parting, I'll typically have it on the main buying hours of the day. So 7 a.m. to about 11 p.m. is typically where I'll have it. If I'm doing day parting, again, this is more for scaling or when I dial it in on my creative, then I'll do the day parting. In the opening test, I like everything more broad so that we can just have that wide range, let TikTok do its thing. If you have sporadic spending, so if you have day 1, you no spend, day 2, a ton spend, day 3, no spend, then do day parting. That can sometimes kind of make it work. I don't know why. The algorithm's new on TikTok, so all these little kind of weird things can sometimes work. But it also will make sure that your money is spent only during those hot periods. So day parting, good and bad, never bad, honestly, but for that opening brand new test, I typically go all day. From there, I will day part afterwards. Now, once you're scaling, you can actually do where you're only doing certain periods of the day. So like main buyer hours is 7 to 9. People are working here. They got lunch break around here. We got another day part. They get home around here. They're buying heavy on TikTok at this point. So that's kind of where we are if we're doing an advanced day part. And again, this is more only for scaling though. If you got a winner, you got things working for you, then you can do something like this. Play around with it. It's just another way to kind of allow TikTok to dial in for you. Now, our bidding optimization, always optimizing towards conversions, and I always go for lowest cost. Now, again, on scaling, and you know your numbers, you know how much you got to spend to get those leads, those clicks and everything, then the cost cap is a good way to go, because then you can kind of set it to where you don't want it to go higher at a certain point and be on that losers. But until you know that data and you have your winning ad sets and everything, then just go lowest cost. Billing event looks all good. And that's pretty much us on the ad group side. Now, next off, you have the ad level. Oh, let me put in the number. Now, on our ad creative, obviously, we're all using all video. You're not going with any images or anything like that. I mostly am focusing on the hook, just like our organic stuff. That first 5 seconds really is the most important part because it hooks them in and it makes them stay for whatever you're explaining and selling them to them afterwards. So that first 5 seconds, that hook is the key to really closing the deal and getting them kind of sticking around, getting that positive outlook. So all the tests I'm doing, all the different ad variations, it's always about testing that first 5 seconds of the hook. Now, user-generated content, like I said, is the key, where we've got the first part, the hook. Oh my gosh, my butt looks great was an example. Secondly, you go into the how I did it. You talk about the product. This is where you get the benefits, the features of what's going on. And then lastly, where do I get it? What's the offer? Your call to action going on. Typical pattern I like to use that I have broken down. Let me go ahead and make this bigger for you. We got first part, the hook. So example, wow, this did XYZ. Want to see how? Or you could do you have XYZ problem? Here's what I did to fix it. And then you go into 2, product information. I recently bought XYZ with its ABC and DEF. I was able to get these results. So you got XYZ is the product, ABC is the feature, DEF is the feature benefit. This is how I got those results I talked about in the hook. Third, you have the offer. The brand is offering 20% off right now. Or you have scarcity, where it's like, we only have 10 left in stock. They're going fast. And then you have the call to action, getting them to buy the product. Having a coupon code specifically for TikTok works pretty well, I've noticed. Where you just use the coupon code, maybe TikTok gets people in and kind of lands them that way. So hook, product information, offer, and the call to action. That's typically kind of the way we're going to break down our ad, how we're explaining it, what we're really producing there, and going forth. Now, the ad copy that you put and you create in the ad, it means very little. I've had in the text part, it means like literally has not done anything. You typically want to just kind of mention what you're selling, what the offer is, and where to buy it. So an example that I use is like name of product dash current offer dash shop now. So Astro Projector, 60% off, ends soon, dash shop now. That's literally what the ad copy is. Never had anything really be much more than that. Next off, you want to make sure that you're using custom identities. So at first, you're going to have this right here, which is a blank identity. It's going to have that little microphone as your profile picture, and it'll have just the standard, whatever the account is, the name will be used there. We want to put that display name with the copy here, like I mentioned. And then you want to have your actual logo or whatever it may be, just because that branding is really key to standing out. So if you look at it here, you can create new custom identity. You can get an idea. We got the Astro Projector one here, where it goes Astro Projector Nightlight. There's our logo. Simple as that. Now our call to action, shop now is the way to go. So you can see down here on call to action, here's our website. I think someone asked earlier, what is the TikTok instant page? I think it's just like a sales page right there on TikTok. So you can see an example there where they had the buy button on the bottom. I've never used it, so I'm not really sure how to go. I like to get them on my website because they're retargeting audiences and get them to take action to do something on my brand I always find important. So I like that to do with my website over that. Our call to action here. I know some people like to use dynamic, and they'll just kind of play around with each of the different call to actions. I typically just go with the shop now, standard. You could do any of them, but the dynamic would test them out for you, just like the automated creative optimization. Disclaimer, if you need one, you put that there. You're tracking events. Now we have the automated creative optimization. This is like the ideal way to find your winning ad because it's going to, again, test all those different variables. So again, in the ad group section, let's go ahead and turn that on so you can see what it looks like in the ad level. We're going right here, creative type. Oop, did we turn it on? There we go. And then we'll go back to our ad. And on the ad level, this is where it'll allow you to add your multiple variables. So you can have multiple videos, multiple text copywriting, and then, like I said, it'll just mix and match them all. And then you'll get to see all those different variations that it's launching and how well it's doing. So a standard opening test, on a product, I will usually have just a standard ad itself without the automated creative. That gives me an idea, is this worth testing more? Now, the next test I do uses the ACO here, the automated creative optimization, because then we can get our ideal ad creative going. So ad videos, you can have 0 of 30, and then text, you can have 0 of 5. So like 60% off today. Okay. Also, when you're putting in your like your deals or your scarcity, you don't want to say something like the deal or the sale ends today, because they have human reviewers on TikTok way more than they do on Facebook. And if they think that it's an outdated promotion that you're doing, they'll decline your ad. So you want to do like 60% off ends soon, over ends today. Okay. So buy now. Then we could do something like Galaxy Star Lamp today for 60% off. Shop now. So different variations like that. And again, how many ever videos you have compared to how many texts you have, they'll mix and match them all to really test as many things as you got going on. If you only upload ads, I think you have like a limit of 25 ads maybe within that one ad group, or videos or something. So you are limited, and this way you get a lot more different creatives and just let the algorithm pretty much do its thing, which is a really, really great way to test and find that winner. All right, guys, so I think that's pretty much, okay, here, last things. How to get custom content created. Someone asked about this earlier. I have a few sources. I'd like to use Billo, really great place. Nope. .app, Billo.app. So this is for user-generated content. All this really does is you're going to go in, you sign up, you tell them the criteria you want in their video, and then they will connect you with potential influencers. Now, Billo is going to take a percentage of whatever you're charging here. So you can get anywhere from like $100 to $500 to get some videos from really good influencers, really good creators out there. What I typically do is I'll use Billo to get that initial like meeting or whatever, get the contact name, and then I bring the deal off of Billo. That way, Billo doesn't take their percentage, and I can pay the creator more for the video. And they like that more, so we're both kind of winning, win-win there. Now, I have gone through their system. It works really well. They do really great video ads. They have a really great system on Billo, but it can get pricey if you're getting quite a few. Secondly, Fiverr is a really great place to find content. You can just like look up like brand ambassadors. And looky here, we have all these pretty ladies. Okay, well it's not, can I just look? Okay, yeah. Marketing, we got all these people that will do products. I'll be your brand ambassador, female model. You send them the product, they'll do their video and whatever it may be. Let's find a big one here. I've seen some really big ones on here before. We'll just do this girl. But pretty much this is a much cheaper way. You can find some really great deals. I mean, this does 5 photos, 1 video for $60. Don't even need the photos. So for $40, you can get your 1 video. She does her product. You can give her the script of telling her what she needs to do, what she needs to say. Another great way to get it. Some of these guys have followings too. Where they'll have a large Instagram following, they'll have a large TikTok following. You can just pay them the straight up amount. It's typically not great traffic on the posting, but the user-generated content that they're able to create is extremely, extremely powerful. And then lastly, the influencers. Just going out, like I said, and reaching out, offering influencers a free version of your product, as well as like $200 to $500. Nothing more than like $1,500 I want to go for an influencer because you can get them cheaper. But if you're going to do $1,500, $1,000, $1,500, have them do like 5 to 10 videos that they're posting for the entire month. So 2 a week or whatever for the month can bring in some massive quality traffic if you get the right influencer. So it's much more traffic, much more conversions than you get for that same price if you spent on ads. Now you're doing both ads and influencers, but that influencer focused content is typically really high quality, plus the brand of their own brand they have really helps your brand out, really brings in that trust and that authority. Now scaling, not much going on with scaling, honestly. It's very simple. You're taking those opening winners, the winning creative, and you're pretty much just duplicating at a higher budget. I don't usually mess with any of my original ad sets that are going down. If they're working, if we start at $25 a day, let's say, and they're working, then I'll just find the best creative or the best targeting, and I'll duplicate that into a new campaign. So if I have campaign 1 with 5 ad groups in and each at $20 a day, and they're working, and I want to bump it to $50 a day, then I will create a brand new campaign with 5 ad groups within at $50 a day. So that gives you 2 separate campaigns. I don't have different spends be in the same campaign. So I won't have an ad group at 20 and one at 50 in the same campaign. I like to create new campaigns. They seem to just do a little bit better when doing that. Now, same as asking, what is a usually good CPC for TikTok ads? Anything under $1 is pretty solid. If you're under the 60-cent reach, you have a really good ad. Or 60 cents per click, you have a good ad. I've gotten it down to under 10 cents on a really hot product before. So you can get really low cost per clicks on these suckers, and the reach and the volume, the eyeballs are just phenomenal with this sucker. So really you're just duplicating. You have the broad ad sets you're going, you find the winners, the creatives, you duplicate that broadly, you duplicate it into another campaign where you're using interest, you duplicate it into another campaign where you're using the day parting methods, and it's pretty much kind of that rinse and repeat from there as you're increasing your budget. And at a certain point, you'll get to a budget that isn't converting as well. You're losing money. So you want to dial it down, cut off those higher budget ad sets, higher budget campaigns, and then just roll with the kind of the sweet spot that you found as you're moving up. Now, another great thing here is that do retargeting. You can do retargeting on TikTok the same way you can on Facebook. Again, the algorithm isn't as awesome as it is on Facebook and such. So use Facebook and Instagram for retargeting as well. You got those audiences being built from the TikTok traffic coming. Now, it won't all translate over, but those work really, really well. Using TikTok and the massive amount of reach and the low cost per clicks that you can generate to create these audiences that you can retarget on Facebook to really close the deal works extremely well. I really like doing that method for sure. So again, it's just like I mentioned there. So guys, I think that's pretty much us. That is our TikTok methods of how we're going about using TikTok altogether. Organic, paid strategies, the whole deal. This is how I'm using it. There's no real secrets beyond that. Pretty straightforward. The key here is it's the timing. The platform is at that perfect time for you to jump on board and really take advantage and figure it out, because it's not going to last forever. There's going to be new social platforms that are going to take over, like this is taking over from Facebook. You know, there's going to be ad blindness, and all that's going to kick in where people aren't going to have as much effect they're not going to be as responsive to the dumb products and the crappy ads as they are today. They're not going to have the reach. They're going to be overblown with all this stuff. And it's going to be more about the actual brand and the product. So if you put those business methods and those tactics, that branding elements into place now, and you just consistently post organically and with your ads following those strategies, you're going to have stellar success. I know it. So guys, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them here. I'll start answering them. I'm going to go ahead and pop off for about 2 minutes, go stir this chili, and I'll be right back, and I'll answer all your guys' questions. All right, I'm back. Awesome, guys. All right, is there affiliate websites that you recommend for TikTok? I explained that a little bit more. What do you mean by affiliate websites? Like things to promote? Mostly, I mean, it would just be like Amazon would be if you're going the general route. Thanks, Brandon, for coming, man. Oh, I'll be back on NFTs soon. Oh, ClickBank's alternatives. Okay. I haven't really used many. I think ClickBanks would be one of my top ones if I'm doing digital type of products like that. ClickBank or just like your typical Warrior Forum. I mean, it just depends on the product. I mean, I'm not sure. I've not done affiliate products in that sense in a while. So ClickBank would be the one I'm thinking. I know there's another one on top of my head. I can't really think of what it's called though. Again, look for those low-end lead-ins, and then you can upsell. All right, guys, so I'm not seeing any questions pop up. Hopefully I answered everything while we're going through. That went about an hour longer than I expected, but... Manu is asking, just joined, so sorry if it's already discussed, no problem. What are good solutions for fulfillment of orders if you have a large number of orders from a viral order? Pretty much you're going to want to, I mean, if you only have the typical AliExpress listing, you want to reach out to them and try and make a deal, but overall you want to use something like a drop shipping middleman. So you have certain sources out there. Let me try and, I have a list of them somewhere. Where you can get, where they're going to be able to order the product directly from China, stock it into a better inventory system for you, and then you can have quicker delivery and stuff like that. There's a bunch of them out there I'm blanking on right now. If you can't tell, my voice is completely shot now. Let me get a list. I got a few here I can give you. Okay, so we got like, okay, yeah, that's unified drop shipping is a good one. I mean, if you don't have the drop ship or you don't have the fulfillment already in place when you have a viral order come, you're gonna have trouble. So you want to, once you find a product that starts to take off, you instantly, one of the first things you want to do is get your fulfillment set up and properly in place. So using a source like these guys, you got also like Zendrop is one I know. You've got, what's another one I can think of? USA Drop, I think might be the one. And these guys are just pretty much working a deal out with the fulfillment. Working a deal out with the manufacturers so that they can get a bulk order for cheaper and they can do just have it stocked in place for better delivery. But you definitely, once you test and you find something that's working, it won't go super viral right away on day one. So you can get these in place in like your first week of knowing something's working. Norman's asking, have I seen any success with print on demand, shine on, and stuff like that? I haven't actually done much of my own testing with print on demand because I've been mostly on the ecom products lately, but I have seen lots of ads out there for shine on necklaces with millions of likes. So it's typically just a video like panning over the design. So you have the necklace box or whatever with the message. Make sure you can read the necklace box really well, but it's panning over the entire design or whatnot in different ways with the background music. Manu, are there any viral video recommended sources? I mentioned those earlier, so you can watch back the content, but like Billow, a good one. Oh, Billow.apps, Jesus. And what's that other one that's a good one? Like Ecom Viral Videos, I think is another good one. And the guy who owns this, he's a cool guy. He, what's it called? Viral Ecom Ads might be it. I think this is it. He has a YouTube channel. I can't remember his name, but he's a cool guy. And he, this is well-known viral video content for you. CJ Dropshipping. That's another good one, Patrick. Yeah, Commission Junction. Dominic's asking, have you experienced or seen success with recruiting affiliate marketers or network marketers with any specific tactics? I haven't really done much of any of that. Not in like a network marketer type of offer. I've looked for pretty much influencers are just like my affiliates for my physical products and my digital products. But beyond that, no, I've not done much with it. All right, guys, so we are past the 2-hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm getting starving because I can smell my chili cooking. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hopefully you guys got a lot of content. Obviously, feel free to reach out anytime if you have any more questions. I'll be sharing some videos, and we'll do some live examples here over the following weeks and stuff like that. I will have this mind map up in the members area for you here, and I'm going to process this